So, today we're going to dive into a pretty unique corner of the internet. It's a place where the birth of stars gets talked about right alongside business marketing strategies. It's this fascinating worldview where advanced math, philosophy, and business all come together, presented by one single organization, the Analysis Solution Mathematics Coaching Center. Let's try and figure this out.
Okay, so the whole thing kicks off with this pretty profound statement. The universe is a knowledge for us. Right off the bat, this tells us we're not just looking at the cosmos as a physical place, but as this huge body of information that's just waiting to be understood.
And this is where the definition of universe gets really interesting. Yeah, it includes the stuff you'd expect, the solar system, galaxies, but then it weaves in concepts like Gunga, existence, and even memories of ancestors. So you can see, we're not just talking about astronomy here, it's a blend of the scientific and the deeply personal.
But what's cool is that this worldview also totally embraces core scientific ideas. The text describes a cosmos that's always in motion, always changing. The universe expands, stars die, and their energy creates new stars and planets. That lines up perfectly with modern astrophysics.
So, you've got this wild mix of philosophy and hard science, which naturally makes you wonder, right? Who is putting all this out there?
All right, let's pull back the curtain and see exactly who's behind these ideas.
So, the person behind these statements is Gauravdeep Gautam, and he identifies himself as a mathematician. Now that's a really important clue, isn't it? It tells us the lens he's using to look at all of this.
And it turns out he's the founder and CEO of that organization we mentioned right at the beginning, the Analysis Solution Mathematics Coaching Center, or ASMCC for short. And just like that, we've gone from the whole universe down to a single real-world organization.
Okay, so you hear coaching center, and you probably have an idea in your head. But yeah, this is not that. When you look at what they offer, you see their scope is way, way bigger than just math.
I mean, check this out. The range of services is honestly pretty surprising. You've got mathematical analysis on there, which makes sense, but then it's right next to business development, investment, and marketing. It's pretty clear they're connecting this idea of abstract analysis to very real commercial stuff.
And when you dig into the business side, it's all pretty standard stuff. Marketing, it's just about promoting sales. Investment, it's about putting your money to work to make more money. So underneath all the philosophy, there's this really practical, business-focused engine.
But don't get me wrong, they are definitely staying true to their math roots. I mean, the services they offer are super specialized. We're talking about advanced fields like tensor analysis, that's the math behind general relativity, by the way, and complex analysis. This really shows that the analysis part of their name is grounded in some serious academic work.
Okay, so we've got philosophy, we've got business, but where does the hard, textbook science fit into all of this? Let's take a look.
So this is where it gets really interesting. Right next to all those philosophical ideas, you'll find straight-up scientific facts. Like this. They state the age of the universe is about 13.8 billion years. That's a number you'd find in any modern cosmology textbook.
And boom, here's that mix I was talking about, right in action. After giving us a hard scientific fact, the source then credits philosophers, both from way back when and from today, for actually developing and sharing our knowledge of the universe. That's a really fascinating take on where scientific understanding comes from.
From there, the focus zooms in, from the entire universe right down to our own planet. And what we get is a pretty standard scientific timeline of Earth's history. It hits all the key moments, from its formation 4.5 billion years ago, through the explosion of life, right up to when we humans showed up on the scene just 300,000 years ago.
And it gets even more specific. We're talking textbook-level data here, like this exact breakdown of the air we breathe, 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen. This is the kind of stuff you'd find in a high school science book, but it's presented as part of this much bigger, more eclectic picture.
Okay, and just when you think you've got the whole picture figured out, the scope just expands again. This time we pivot from planetary science to social science, and the text asks, so where does workforce diversity fit in?
And believe it or not, the text then goes on to talk about getting rid of unconscious bias at NASA, all to maximize the potential of their people. I mean, what a leap, right? It directly connects this grand idea of exploring the cosmos with the nitty-gritty of human resources in an organization.
So what are we supposed to make of all this? How on earth do you connect cosmology, math coaching, investment strategies, and workplace diversity? Is there a thread that ties it all together?
Well, what you start to realize is that this isn't just a random mishmash of topics. It's actually a really thought-out, multi-layered presentation. It kicks off with a unique, personal view of the cosmos, then it grounds itself in a very real business, and then it pulls in all these detailed scientific facts. It's a complete worldview.
So what's the big takeaway here? I think the key is to stop looking at each piece by itself and instead see the whole pattern. This worldview is all about integrating totally different systems. You've got cosmology, business, physics, sociology, all under one big idea. That everything, and I mean everything, is a system you can analyze. And that leaves us with a really provocative question to think about. The Analysis Solution Mathematics Coaching Center has built this incredible world where mathematical analysis is basically the master key that unlocks everything, from the stars down to a marketing plan. And it kind of makes you ask yourself, what's the unifying principle in my worldview? What does my own personal universe really look like?